Welcome back to Nights in My Canvas. We've got a Waard Albatros Junior. This is the smaller version of the ever popular Albatros. This is a Mark I. I'll explain the difference in a second. Exactly the same, almost identical in every way, but there's one fundamental thing. If you look from here, no entrance poles. The laterals, which run as normal from the mast to the front, run straight through these openings in the front and sit on these awning poles. And that's the way they were till about 1988, so this is a late 80s tent. There's one little patch. The fabric is perfect, otherwise pretty perfect. There's a little patch here, there's a tear about ½ an inch long, and somebody's put a little canvas patch. I thought it was a plaster for a moment, but it's not. It is actually a cut out piece of tent canvas, so they've dealt with that. Otherwise, no damage and no repairs in this. Very nice set of curtains, all the zips are good. There's your sleeping area in there. The tent is 2.5 meters, 3 meters wide by 3.5 meters deep. You've got the two zip up vents, 2 meters high at the mast, 1.75 at the front there. All lovely and clean in here. Nice dappled light there from the apple tree, which I am going to prune soon. But no nasty marks. The only marks on this tent are a couple. We've got a nice wing on the side. We've got the square canopy on top and a wing there with a zip on either side, so that can go either side depending on the prevailing wind. Back to stains, almost none on this, but a tiny bit of marking from being under trees just there, and another bit just there. People often refer to this as sap, but sap is oily. You can really see sap. It's very hard on there. This is, I think this comes from when somebody's camped onto a tree and there's one sap spot. That's a piece of sap. People park under trees and then the dew and the water runs off the trees and it drips down. It brings stuff from the bark with it, which I think is what that is. Otherwise we come round here. Hello, rascal. Hello, rascal. Come round here. There's another one more sap spot there. Didn't catch that. Two more little bits of treeism. So we've got 2 sap spots on the whole tent, and those little bits of marks from being under trees. This is all loose stuff. We had quite a storm last night. Trees dropping bits. I just swept this off 5 minutes ago, but you wouldn't think it. So there we are. I think that's all I need to say. A lovely Albatros Junior with the single little patch up there. Otherwise, a lovely Waard tent. Good for a couple or 3 people. Not big enough for 4, unless it's a couple with 2 small children. Any questions, please ask.